LOL Real Manga here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about storyboards, dun dun dun, or at least how I make storyboards. I had a request from Koko no Hana how I make storyboards and how it can help her. So this video is essentially for her only, but if anybody else wants to take something from this, please do. First things first, before I confuse anybody, I personally call my storyboards scripts. The reason for that is I don't write out my scripts unless I feel the need to, or if a story gets really too complicated and I need kind of a guideline to actually fulfill in that chapter that I'm working on, I will write down what needs to be done in that chapter. In most cases, I don't have to do that. I just draw from what's in my head onto a storyboard and it's great and dandy. Some people refer to their storyboards as thumbnails because they draw on really small thumbnails for their pages. Makes it go faster, I guess, for them. And I know in Bakuman and some other things they call storyboards names. So just let you know we're talking about the same things here. For tools, I personally use and recommend a 70 sheet 3-ring spiral notebook. They sell them cheap during the back to school season. You could also use or get a piece of paper and make little thumbnails, or I guess you could just make little squares to draw your characters in and stuff. That can be faster for some people, but for me it's just not what I do. I like to work on big sheets of paper, even if it is for lousy scribbles. I also like to use a pen. It flows a lot better, and since storyboards are made to be drawn fast, the pen only makes it faster and flow better. Now for the actual storyboards themselves. When making a storyboard, I do 3 things. 1, act and feel what the character is feeling at that moment and point in time. 2, think up the chapter I'm working on as if it was a movie or TV show, i.e. camera angles and environment. And 3, draw out those things onto the storyboard. I'm sure you already do this without storyboards, but if you draw out, let's say, 10 chapters of storyboard a month, you might want to go back and reread your storyboards again, see if everything flows right and if everything makes sense. The wonderful thing about making storyboards is that you can always go back and change some things in the story you might have missed beforehand. You might even catch some plot holes. You can also redraw some panels, pages, or sometimes even a whole chapter if you're not yet satisfied with the outcome yet. The storyboards you might not use could be possibly used for another story at a different point in time, or in the same manga at a different point in time. The other wonderful thing about making a ton of storyboards before the actual page is that you don't have to think too hard about what you're drawing or where things should be placed. One thing I'd like to add in to make it easier for you to make panels for storyboards is a few guidelines. I really suck at explaining things, so I'm going to leave a link in the description of the first kind of guideline, I guess. Alrighty, first guideline is a quote-unquote rule I made up, the 1, 2, 3 panel rule. How it works is you make 3 big panels, either horizontal or vertical. Then you cut up those 3 panels into smaller panels. This makes it easier for the reader to follow. The second guideline is what most professionals go by. They have 6 panels per page at most. Any more and the page will feel too cluttered. 2 last tips for you guys. Don't think too hard about drawing out the full character's look or environment. As long as you can tell which character is which, the body language, and the emotion of the panel that they're in, it should be fine. If the page itself looks sloppy, it's okay. Nobody's going to see that. It's a storyboard. And don't forget to add little notes here and there if need be. You might be in the mood of drawing out the whole story, but something strikes you while writing for something later. Write it down and then come back to it later. So that's it, guys. Thanks for sticking around. If you have any requests or questions on this video or something like that, please let me know. Hope this helps you people, and especially Koko no Hana because she's my homegirl. So see you guys next video, hopefully.